Wet.
All right. We are
Danny, don't look at
live.
my screen.
Son of a bitch. God damn.
Hi, Daddy.
Oh, there's so much effort.
Ah.
I swear to
So,
God.
can we
Yes.
short rest?
You're going to short rest?
Can we
short
short rest?
Long rest into the night so that we can do some shenanigans or not, or maybe.
I
So-
don't have time to long rest.
Why are we trying to short rest? What are you missing that you're wanting?
Well, you know, just
Stuff.
things.
Spells.
Just stuff.
Just some
Stuff.
stuff.
Just generic.
I just want to catch my breath. I want to get some things back.
HP.
Interesting.
Dice,
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
sorcery points. Everything.
He wants to get it all.
All of it.
You want it all?
Oh yeah, you get some sorcery points back, don't you, Panos?
Yes. But it's okay. I'm a steady guy. I don't need spells. I can hit with my punches now.
Looks like you're,
That's why I'm a half orc. Do unarmed attacks to everybody.
At least you don't have to worry about wild magic then.
oh man,
Wish.
wild magic, man.
The stream can't see now because like it could be illegal. But I'm drinking alcohol.
What?
Don't tell anybody.
Excuse
Don't
me?
tell anybody.
Drunk Panos is the best Panos.
Drunk Pan Moonpoon's just gonna be firing firebolts into everybody. He's just gonna be like, "You looked at me funny, Calanthos." Blah 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 blah.
Look at my evil eye. My serious evil eye. No one can see it than you guys, but yeah.
The
Now
stream
it's
has
gone
no idea.
forever.
Panos is actually like naked right now, dancing around, drinking alcohol, and no one can see it but us. We're the only ones who can see it.
And in 4 minutes,
Quite
I'm
a
gonna
show.
be fucking normal. Yeah.
It is a
It's,
wild show.
Wait, what? I wasn't paying attention. What's a wild show?
That's probably good.
He's doing the helicopter.
I'm
Yeah,
doing
it's-
striptease.
I
Helicopter.
was too busy looking at my stuff.
Helicopter big.
We were too busy looking at Panos' stuff.
I can't blame you, dude. Like, I know the feels. It's okay.
The Greek destroyer was on full display. It was wondrous.
No.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll just add Greek penis to my search list.
Yeah.
Already on mine.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. This is
This
where
Oh,
we
Went in
yeah.
a
are.
direction I did not expect.
I'm probably gonna have to
always
mess
expect
with my
distractions.
levels so you don't get copyright claimed by the hot dog song dance.
Don't
No,
worry,
I mean,
Dylan is safe.
yeah, I was gonna say I can't even hear it at all.
We have the big guns. Don't worry about it.
Did you
No
see
one's gonna copyright Dylan.
Say hi to everybody.
He's whitelisted forever.
I wish. I got Disney's explicit approval to use all their music. They heard me sing
I
A Whole
can't
New World
control
once.
Disney. I can't control Disney. Sorry. Not yet.
I know the big streamers in the world can't get Disney to allow them to play their music, but
Oh, you gotta go pee pee.
I personally
All right, let's go
clearly
pee-pee.
have allowed them to do it. This PP has to last 2 minutes.
Izzy's not coming in.
Ah.
We gotta be quick or everyone's gonna yell at me.
Yeah,
Got the big quick or be
we're gonna scream at Carl if this PP takes more than 2 minutes. Actually, I guess 2 minutes and like 45 seconds because the intro.
So basically like 3 minutes then, that's fine. I
Yeah.
think that's doable. That seems doable to me.
We're just gonna see Carl come like ripping through with like toilet paper dragging behind him, like, I'm here, I'm here. I don't think a 2-minute bathroom break exists for a like 3-year-old.
I don't have experience in
I
this
mean, if they're
matter, so
anything
I
like
can't say.
Graham, you go in there and they say, never mind. And then it's fast.
What?
One of those shy peers. My
He
God.
would like, there were times we'd be driving, he'd start screaming like, I have to pee right now. And like holding himself like he can't like hold it any longer. And then we get there and he's like, I don't have to pee anymore.
You know what? I was just hungry.
I just peed my pants. It's all right now.
It's so
It's
weird.
all there.
I can't even remember being an age where I was not in control of my bladder or like its feelings. You know what I mean? Like I can't even remember a time in my life where I didn't have explicit control and awareness, but like we were all very unaware people at some point in our lives. We're just ripping poops and peas all willy-nilly and having no idea when they were coming, no idea when they were going.
Best discussion ever. I don't want to cook at all. Pee and poop.
Well, it's
Favorite
always-
topic ever.
It's always one of those, like, it's the classic, you know, I don't have to go to the bathroom, and you ask them to go to the bathroom, and then like the moment you get in a car, it's immediately like, I have to pee, and it's like a panic moment, and you're just like, why is it this way? Like, why?
That's why your parents are always like, well, do you want to just go try just before we get in the car?
I know.
And it's
Always
like,
tell them, well, at least go try.
I want to like, I wish you could squeeze children, and if they had pee in them, it would just start coming out. Like, you'd just be like, I knew it. I knew you were lying to me.
or there's like a little meter on the back of their head, and it's like ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, it's
We
just
are
like, eh.
Yeah, I
bordering
know.
between
Yeah,
child abuse and weird fetishes.
No way. If parents could squeeze their kids to make them pee, that would be the most used like parent hack of all time. It would just like the moment before you get in any long car ride, you're just like, let me squeeze you dry real quick. All right, there we go. Just aim towards the
That's
toilet,
so
and I'm gonna
wrong.
give you a squeeze. And on that note, let's roll that intro.
Oh my god.
Quick, guys, we should talk about exciting stuff while the intro's playing because he can't hear a thing here.
This is Halloween. Very good. How many?
There's a few big ones, but...
I've got some sauces there.
Oh, I should send you the link to the internet.
Can you
Off. Oh, it is off.
And welcome everybody to Curse of Strahd episode 20, filled with all kinds of pre-show banter about potty breaks, bathrooms, squeezing children, poops and peas, Greek peni, and alcohol. All the things you can expect from a stream from this guy and this crew here. Bunch of degenerates. But everybody, welcome to episode 20. The chaos that is to ensue. There was some offline banter about what's going to go on. Is everyone in the crew ready for this nonsense that we're about to get into?
No, but we're willing to try.
All right. Trying is half the battle. That's like most of what we need to do is attempt, and then we can see where it goes from there.
Oh man, I'm like, let's just see how it goes.
I am like wildly excited for today, actually. Like this is a like shit can go all over the place, and I have no clue what's gonna happen, but I know a lot of things could happen, so I'm very excited. It is so exciting. But enough talk about my levels of excitement. Let us get into the actual flippin' game. You may notice on your screen there's a bunch of dead important people, so let's recap why that is. So the crew was at a bar trying to get a spy from Lady Voctor, drunk and hammered, and then Kalanthos showed up and was like, yo, why don't we just kill this dude? And then they're like, well, why?
I didn't kill him.
That's right. We did not kill. You almost killed him with a divine smited fist, but did not anticipate him having like, I think it was 20 some odd hit points. It wasn't many.
2 hit points.
but nearly wholly punched this dude into another planet. But he was knocked out. The barkeeps helped hide him in a barn, and this led them to the Burgermaster, which was hey, Lady Voctor's trying to take over this town. We're here to help you. The Baron wasn't too excited about it. He was not too thrilled. He called in Izek. Izek revealed he had like a cyborg arm and didn't use it actually in the fight. It was kind of funny when I was looking at the spell. I was like, this doesn't do enough damage. Like, I don't want to use it because it's not like his like battle axe attack was like 2d10 plus a number, versus his like hurl fireball thingy was like 3d6. I'm like, no, this isn't nearly as exciting. I want some thick meaty numbers. So it was for dramatic effect. But yes, Izek, the bodyguard of the Baron, was slain, the Baron himself slain, and the puppies, the poor innocent puppos.
Nothing innocent about them.
I believe Saya picked one up and slit its throat slowly in front of the camera. It was gross. I can't believe it was done. But the puppies are also dead. And
I mean, yeah, I felt a bit bad about that. Saya didn't. Saya was like,
loving it. And then the lady of the house saw the party leave the room, heard the commotion, knows the burgomaster is dead, and has retired to her chambers. They let Henrik out, and Henrik kind of like gave a fluffy, F off kind of response to being freed, which was super interesting of Henrik. And that is where we are. So we've got a Lady Voctor that's expecting to take over the town, that thinks her spy is with the party, but he is tied up and knocked out in a barn. We have a dead burgomaster, and this is where we are. So
somebody's got a plan, because I sure as hell don't.
I was gonna say, the crew was debating a plan. There was some conversation offline about this, but we shall see what everyone decides is going to be the play here. So with that being said, I can take us in cue the dreary, sad music and pick up where we left off. So
Is there a guard stationed at his house?
You have not seen anything resembling like a guard station at his house. You haven't even seen guards within the house. It was just Izek, as far as you're aware.
Might be a good idea to alert the guard, so they can be prepared for Lady Voctor to come.
Yeah, but
I'm not about. I don't think that's a good idea. Like, let's not tell people that we murdered this guy.
Well, they didn't like him.
we can tell them that he attacked us first, so we had to self-defend ourselves. We had to survive.
I mean,
But
that's
it's no biggie.
They know how he is, how violent he is.
Yeah, and I don't think, like Saya said, anybody would be sad that he's gone. Probably his wife is a better person to lead these people regardless.
We don't actually know that much about his wife. That's the first we've seen her.
Yeah, she seems more open-minded.
Yeah, that was the
Maybe
first like
scared.
direct interaction that you've had. She's kind of just been someone that's existed, but no real interactions. That was the first time you saw her, and she was like a fairly, dainty, little words to say in the aftermath of her husband being slain, but she seemed kind of shell-shocked in the moment. So what would the party like to do? We are in the late afternoon as far as time of day goes.
What are we gonna do with the person that we have captured right now? Should we bring him here just to have him under watchful eyes, or should we leave him where he is?
Who's gonna watch him?
Well, we could
Fine.
lock him in that room. We've got
Yeah.
the key for it.
Whatever.
What if we took his body to the guards and said that we came upon him murdering the Baron in the name of Lady Voctor, and said we think that more is coming, or something like that?
Didn't we already just straight up admit that we killed him to the
Yeah.
wife?
I think so.
Yeah, the wife
Well, the
directly
wife
knows.
kind of walked in on us in the act
Yeah,
with me literally, I think, standing over the body.
pretty much.
So,
Yeah, so Saya would be like, well, I don't know about you, but it seems that we need to make a decision here and decide who should run this town, because they don't seem to be able to decide themselves. This man was terrible, and that woman is pro Strahd. And I don't know
Yeah.
Strahd well, but I'm not pro Strahd. He does not seem like a good man.
I think we should take care of her. It's not gonna do this town any good for her to be leading this. It's
We
only
don't know
gonna
anything about
help
what kind
Strahd and
of
make
army she has, though.
Yeah, but if she goes down, I don't think her army will be an issue. They will probably crumble or like go with whatever person comes into power. So I think
My vote is for the preacher. He seems to be the only upright person in power in this place. Ooh, that's not Cal's voice.
It was close.
I'll get there.
It was almost.
It was there.
That was Legolas.
Legolas.
So the crew is thinking of doing, like, it sounds like in the aftermath, Father Lucian is your targeted, matriarch or, monarch, whatever. The dude, he's going to be the new burgomaster is the plan, it sounds like, but...
We shall play Kingmaker of this place. There it is.
Yes, Kingmaker, thank you. So the plan sounds like you guys are in favor of Father Lucian?
Seems like the only decent person, but he doesn't have a spine is the problem.
I don't think he'd be able to hold this town against enemies.
It's okay. We'll take care of Strahd regardless. That's our plan, right?
Oh, man.
So they're not going to be any enemies.
What is...
Perhaps we...
Nope, good.
Perhaps we can ask Lucian himself, who would be an ideal leader for this place.
I think he would have an idea.
Yeah.
He knows this town better than us.
Okay.
In the meantime, we have potential witnesses that we may need to talk to. And Cal is going to give a significant look to Saya.
So, like,
How about, Augage, you come with me and we shall go talk to the preacher.
Are you talking about killing the wife and the son?
No, I'm not saying anything of the sort. I'm just
Cal,
saying we
this
should
is
go
not
see the
like
preacher.
you. This is not like you.
This
didn't do
family
anything
is a
wrong.
cancer upon this town and must be cleansed. All I'm saying is that we just go talk to the preacher. Saya will leave to her own devices, and then things will be done.
Sai, you wouldn't kill a child, would you?
Child.
just-
I was just talking about killing the wife.
just the wife. Just the wife.
So you're going to make the child an orphan then?
Yeah.
Isn't it like an adult son? Isn't it
Yeah, I
an
was gonna say,
adult
is it an
child?
adult?
Yeah,
No, I thought he was a kid. He was
it's
a
a-
minor.
it's an older child, but yeah, it's like a late teenager, so let's just call him 16.
I don't understand why we need to kill her, though.
And Saya's just like, well, I was an orphan when I was like 4. I was fine. Like, I've turned out all right.
I think we should focus on how to dispose Lady Vecna first.
Should we maybe try and talk to the wife and explain that
Yeah.
she's trying to take over?
Don't think it would do us any good to kill her right now.
I mean,
So did you guys interact with the wife at all while Cal was out praying?
Nope.
no, this is the first we've seen her is when she was in that hall.
Okay, so we don't have a good read on her. So maybe first instinct to murder isn't really the best choice then.
Yeah, DM.
You
You would have given us so much crap for that if we had done that in Tales of Whimsy.
See-
That's true.
I had a legitimate reason completely wiping out this family so we can instill proper leadership. You guys, someone called you a puppy and you threw down and murdered them and then threw their body in a bar.
It deserved that.
Yeah.
Palanthos leaves for a little bit, things go to shit. Now the moral compass of the party is thrown all out of whack. No
Yes,
one knows
me,
what's going on.
We saved a child from drowning, I'll have you know.
I'm still well within Kalanthos's beliefs.
Mhm.
This family is a sickness upon the town. The sickness must be purged.
Well,
Simple as that.
Saya
was
would
afraid to
say-
leave because of what might happen to this woman and her
So
child.
Saya's thinking the wife dies and the son gets raised by somebody that isn't actually a piece of trash and
We don't
becomes
know
a
that she's
leader
a piece
himself.
of trash just because she didn't leave him.
Look at her photo. She looks evil.
Subjective. Okay, let's go and
Oh, actually, no. She looks
talk
like
to
a
the priest. And then we'll
a
take it.
robe from the D&D cartoon.
I think we should all go and talk to the priest and then decide what to do afterwards with the wife. And Lady Vecna, we probably need to take care of that first. I insist.
Okay, so speak
I would
to.
feel better if Saya and Moonpoon went to check on Ernst than dealt with the wife.
What should we do with him, though? Should we dispose him, or should we try and
I
find
mean,
more
it feels like if
information
we're going
about
to be
Lady Vecna?
battling Lady Vector, that
Maybe.
we're going to end up having to fight him anyways.
Vector, okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
I can
Yeah.
go deal with him.
Yeah, I'll join you.
You'll
Okay,
think
we
it's
have a
really a
plan.
two-man job when he's tied up.
I enjoy watching people like that, getting a little roughed up.
And then Cal and I will go to the priest.
Okay, so Moonpoon and I will go deal with the idiot in the barn.
Okay. So
But we're going to need to move that body because the couple didn't want the body there.
Yeah, we don't want to draw any kind of like indication that they were involved.
okay. So the plan is 2 people are going to Ernst to deal with him and then do something with the body while the other 2 go consult with Father Lucian.
Yep, let's split the party.
Yes, always
Did you
works.
prepare for this, Kiwan?
In a way, yes, and in another way,
Ooh.
absolutely not.
Hey!
Nice. No, that's for the wicked. Who cares about spell slots?
All right. So then, yeah.
Well, I
want me-
feel like until Ernst is dealt with, we can't take a long rest anyways.
True.
Because
And
we
the
can't
Lady
leave them
Vector,
like that.
probably. Yep.
Mhm.
Well, we don't know when she plans to attack, so we may be
Mhm.
able to sneak in a long rest after Ernst is dealt with.
Oh, so he might, we don't know how good he is at untying knots, so...
Yeah, like we don't know if he's going to escape, and we definitely don't want anything to happen to the innkeepers. So yeah, I feel like I wouldn't feel safe taking a long rest until he was dealt with, basically.
That's a plan. Yeah, me and Moonpoon will deal with him.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. Want me to take you to the big map?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's go to the big map.
All right. So, we will activate the town of
Check the
Vallaki
top.
scene. And Ernst isn't there because he died kind of in a barn.
He's unconscious.
He in a barn. And Kalanthos is there at 10,000 feet tall. Let me address that quickly.
look.
I am a giant.
Yes. We don't need to refresh now. Wow.
Yay, it loaded properly. Woo.
Oh, good.
That was very quick.
So, who's going first? We're gonna have to take these 2 scenes one at a time. So, who is? Do we want to deal with Ernst first, or do we want to deal with Father Lucian first?
I
Let's
don't
we
imagine
go
Erst's going to take long.
heads tails.
You guys are planning on to split the party, or deal with one and then deal with the other as a party?
I believe we're
It's
splitting.
We need
So
to
I-
cover
I-
some ground fast.
Yeah, I don't think dealing with Ernst is going to take long because I'm basically going in there to stab him.
Are we gonna ask for any information about Lady Vector? She might
I mean,
want?
we could try, but
Yeah.
Could try an interrogation.
Mhm. and then stab him.
Mhm. I agree. I like this plan.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Then it sounds like we're gonna do the Ernsting first.
Instinct.
we will do the Ernsting. So this is Saya and Moonpoon going to do this?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
That was the decision.
Mhm.
All right. So then let me activate a new scene that hopefully loads properly for you guys.
Ooh,
Go.
it's getting there.
Strahd.
56%. Ooh, 60.
Okay. Okay.
Now we're getting edged.
Oh, oh,
Uh,
oh, almost.
What's it?
We're there.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
99%.
Oh my
I do
god.
not own any
99.
token with the token with vision in the scene.
I
No.
think we need to refresh.
Can you see
Yeah.
anything,
oh, no,
Carl?
No, mine went. Mine's worked.
Carl, can you see
I got a
anything or
big
no?
ol'- it's all black. I'm blind.
All right.
I was gonna say
I'm
they
going.
wouldn't
Oh wait, no,
anything
I'm
'cause
stupid. I'm way. I found myself.
Yay!
Wait, you found yourself?
Yeah, I'm in like the dark. I'm just in a random corner.
Oh, I just put you there. I just put you guys there so you can be a part of the scene, but
So they can see
so you
it,
can
but-
see it, but you're not there.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put you over there and act like you don't exist, closing the door. So yeah, Saya and Moonpoon arrive at the barn, and Ernst is right where you left him, underneath.
Is he awake or is he sleeping? Well,
He is still very much knocked out.
It's off.
so I would look
To
at
wake him
Moonpoon.
up properly.
Yeah, but like Moonpoon, should we bother talking to him? He seemed rather loyal to Lady Vactor.
You never know till you try. Let's wake him up properly.
So we'll unbury him from the straw and like I'm gonna like nudge him to see if he'll wake up.
Can I put his head inside the water bucket that is there? There is a
Just
water
try
something.
time.
Let's try a nudge first.
Okay.
So upon nudging him, he does not seem to stir.
Okay, Moonpoon.
Okay, I'll grab his head by the hair and I'll put him in the water for horses there on the left. What is that?
It's a
So
trough.
so just recall that if you guys were knocked out at 0, what would you need to wake up?
A healing
Several
potion
hours.
Or
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think dunking people in water and things like that are gonna help so much.
yeah,
But
I don't think it's gonna. I think
Interrogation
it's
tactics.
But it's been a couple of hours, right? Or has it not?
been a couple hours.
yeah, it's probably been a couple
we
hours.
went to his house, killed him, walked back.
All right, dunk him in the water. Let's see what happens.
Yes. Maybe he's trying to play dead to get away with it.
Well, I can make it more convincing in a
Fat
moment
sons.
if he doesn't hurry up and wake up.
Yeah, we don't have all day. Come on, dude. Wake up. We have questions for you if you want to leave.
So
Oh, that's not an option.
So we see Moonpoon take Ernst, who's still like tied up at the wrists and ankles, and shoves his head into the water. And at first, there's no movement, and then all of a sudden, there's like a fury of activity. The person starts shaking, and like bubbles start like flying from the water. It is
Okay,
go ahead.
before he drowns completely, I'll take his head and move it up from the water so he can breathe properly.
He's
Did you learn this in the army?
just
In
watching.
In my clan.
Just watching 24 Jack Bauer.
I'm gonna get a towel. Hold on.
Wakey. How are you feeling?
What is the meaning of this?
Well, the meaning of this is pretty simple, actually. You're gonna tell us everything, and I mean everything, without lies, about Lady Vector. When is she planning to attack, with how many people, etc. And if you lie, you're dead. Painfully. If you don't lie and tell us everything we want to hear, we might let you survive. Who knows?
I should have known better than to trust all of you. But fine. You want information? I have information.
Go
Lady
on, don't hold
Vactor, she has many followers in the town. Many followers, more than you would think. I don't know the exact number, but I would say every other person in town is probably somewhat involved. Lady Vactor, she's no simple woman. She's a conjurer, she's a sorcerer. Has abilities. I've seen it in her basement during the rituals. Money materializes out of thin air. It gives them as like a gift to the cultists. But worse, I've seen her.
Why is such a powerful woman want to govern this shithole of a village? Why doesn't she go live in a castle or outside of here? What's her deal with this place?
Exact motives I do not know, but I know that she is no fan of the Burgomaster.
Do you know why she is a fan of Strahd?
Her and Strahd. That is another interesting dynamic. I don't know their exact relationship, but I know that she is no foe of Strahd, and I have reason to believe they've had consult in the past.
Do you know when she's planning to attack? Like she said, she was planning to attack today.
I couldn't tell you. Look, my life is worth more than this relationship that I have with Lady Facta. Spare me, and I will tell you everything. I will get you anything. Just don't end me here.
I want to do an insight check on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that too,
Yeah.
just to make sure we're getting the whole story here.
Yeah, so with a 21 from Moonpoon and even a 16 from Saya, you are picking up that he seems to be genuine. You are noticing he is pretty flippy floppy. He seems to be willing to jump ship if you're willing to help him.
Okay, I'll put him down and I'll take Saya and move a little bit further in the distance. And I'll tell her, can we use him alive? Maybe he can bring Lady Vacta to us and we can finish her off by herself. If she's that strong, we can't afford to fight her with her army. And like he said, if we believe the fact that half of the town is with her, it's gonna make it even more troublesome dealing with her here.
But if he flipped on her so easily, what would stop him from flipping on us just as easily?
Death?
That's
A hand?
what
I don't know.
There's no way to trust the man.
Yeah, that's true. Well, what do you want to do with him? Do you have any more questions or should, I don't know, do you think?
So Saya's going to go back in and ask him, so we fought some vampires in the town. Do you happen to know who was behind that?
Heard about your little scuffle. No, I don't know exactly what happened there, but it's vampires. Surely Strahd is involved.
I think that's basically all the questions I have for you, my friend. And she just sort of casually pulls the dagger out.
Hey,
I'll just smack at the side.
No, go ahead, Panos.
No, I'll just like sit there, standing, smacking, and doing nothing.
Gotcha.
we had a deal. I help you, you help me.
Yes, I am helping you.
Please, do not do this. I will join you. I will help you.
Oh, just like you helped Lady Vacta.
I understand that it is hard to trust, but I am for hire, and she had the coin purse. Don't you understand?
My dear friend, I do understand. The choice was never life. The choice was death, or a painful death. You have at least earned peace. And then I just stab him.
Damn.
Hard fucking core.
And as the dagger goes into his chest, you see his eyes slowly like fall back into his head and his just slumps in place, still wrapped up as a little pool of blood begins forming underneath him.
Mm-hmm. So Sai, like, we should probably use some of the hay to mop up the blood so there's no blood in here for the tavern keepers. As she casually just sort of wipes the blood off on her arm and then puts the dagger away.
Damn, that was impressive. Yeah, we should do that for sure.
And then we need to find somewhere to put this body again so they don't get in trouble.
Maybe we can cut it up in pieces. It would be
No,
harder
that's
to find.
probably going to... that will make more of a mess. And then she'd be like,
Ah,
not that I have any experience of such things, but I have heard that it does make more of a mess when you try and cut things up.
for some reason, I find it hard to believe that you have zero experience in that, but I'll trust you on this.
It's best if we can get a sack or something. I mean, this is a stable. Surely it's got a sack for grain for the horses.
Let's go and search for a sack then. Investigation?
Yeah, you wouldn't even really need to look too hard.
Huh.
Like scattered around in the like areas between the different stables, you can see various things like sacks and various tools and brooms and all those kinds of things. So if you're looking for a sack, you'll find one in there.
Okay, so I say we bundle him up. And wasn't there a crypt open in the graveyard that we could dump him in?
There was the official resting place of the bones that you guys captured.
Could just dump him somewhere out of town, I suppose. But then we need to get past the guards for that.
Yeah, that's too much of a hassle.
Well, let's put him in the sack at least.
And leave it here, I think.
Leave him here
Like-
for now. He's dead. He can't get into any trouble.
Does it have like a lot of straws? Maybe we can hide him under the straws, like make it seem like nothing is there.
Yeah.
Unless
I think
somebody sets the
that's a
straws.
good plan.
Yeah,
Also,
there-
can I just search his pockets real quick just to see if there was anything of note on there?
Yeah, sure.
I think we did that the last session.
Yeah, but now I want to just double check. Investigation?
Yeah, you do not find anything of note.
Oh, it was in that one anyway.
Yeah.
Nope. Nothing here.
Yeah, nothing there. You disarmed him when you captured him in the first place.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, so he's in a bag under
And-
the hay.
Yep. Dead Ernst under the hay in a bag.
So I think we should go find our
Let's
friends
go.
at the church.
Let's go find our comrades. Our job here.
All right. So then let us go to the scene at the church. And I've actually made a scene for this. Let me go ahead and activate the church scene.
Oh, that's right, because we didn't have a church before.
Yeah, we never had a church scene
That
before.
was really weird.
Yeah,
Should be
I didn't like how there wasn't one, so I decided to just go ahead and make one.
Epic.
And for what it's worth, Moonpoon and Saya are not there, but I will leave your tokens there just for visibility. One thing that I will say that both of you noticed, both Kalanthos and Augage, as well as Saya and Moonpoon, as you were both walking to your respective destination, there was a flock of crows, or ravens, sorry, that were flying overhead up into the west. So when you left the Burgermaster's mansion, you all saw this flock of ravens flying to the west.
Do we have any estimation if that direction is towards Lady Vacta's place?
This was like well past town. Like they were all flying over the town and like beyond.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wasn't one of the cards about a bird or a birdman or wings or something?
At the vineyard, yeah. The leader of the feather ones or something
Mhm.
like that.
We need to take care of
Gonna
the
follow
leader
the
of the
birds.
feather ones.
Yeah, because this came up when we saw all the ravens in the wine thing.
That's right.
So I don't know if they're the same group of ravens or not.
Mm.
So as Kalanthos and Augage approach the church, the first thing you notice is that the big wooden door to the church is heavily damaged. You can see like claw marks within it, and like pieces of the actual door have been like chipped out.
Oh no.
How we've got to get in there right away.
Yep.
So as Kalanthos and Augage open the door to the church, at the end you can see that the candlelight is glowing, and at the end, up at the altar, you can see Father Lucian lying in a pool of blood.
No.
You bastard.
It's game.
I
there
knew we
anyone
should have
else
had a
around?
separate chat.
Oh, did you have
It's the
some
same
plans
crap I
with
would've
Father
pulled.
Lucian?
Fucking bastards.
Is there
Yes,
anyone
I'll
else
teach
around?
you to kill my Burgomaster. Yeah.
Check if he's dead or not. Check if he's dead or not. He might be still alive.
Yeah, I think Augage would like just run right into him and like
Alan Thus will follow.
see if he's alive.
Yeah, so Augage goes up and you can see distinct marks of claws just like slashing through his body. He's been bled all over. He's just torn to pieces across the throat, across the chest, down his legs. And you can tell that this happened fairly recently, as everything is just fresh looking.
Claws. Who attacks with claws?
Vampires.
No, I think I know
Every
what,
city
Oh.
but
had
Saya
claws,
wouldn't
though,
know.
didn't
Do you guys see the
What's
blood on the
Was
screen,
it
by the way?
Ravens? I wonder if
Yeah,
it
we
was
see the blood.
ravens.
Sick. That was a lot of
Okay,
work to make
blood.
that blood there.
Keelan, can I ask what the phase of the moon is right now?
The phase of the moon?
Like, is it a full moon, for example?
No, it is not a full moon. We'll call it crescent moon.
Would looking at these, would I be able to tell if they were made by birds?
Nature.
Uh,
Nature check.
Yeah, you can give me a nature check for that.
Yeah, I can nail that. I'm a druid after all.
Yeah,
I only
you
have a
get
plus
it.
one.
Yeah.
Not terrible, but
13. Yeah, you're not like 100% sure, but you're fairly confident that the claws are much larger than a bird would be capable of producing.
Can I roll a heal, like a medicine check on? Oh, I'm terrible at that. So Kalanthas won't do that. Perception or investigation, something to kind of look around to get an idea of what happened.
Give me a survival check.
Survival. I'm okay at that.
Yay!
It's one of the few skills I have.
Wow.
Hey, 19.
19. So yeah, with a 19, you can, like, upon closer investigation and looking around, you do notice that there's like little pieces of hair / fur kind of like randomly strewn about that you would liken to like a dog or a wolf.
Didn't we fight wolves ages ago on the road? No, those were
No.
half-naked barbarian men. Never mind.
Same thing.
Look, he was savaged by some sort of animal. There's fur about. I'm not.
we
Why
need
are you
to
playing with my
check
spinner?
the rest of the church and see if Ismark and Arena are still here.
Yes.
I was,
Kalanthas is going to draw his sword and. Could you please stop playing with the printer? And take that battery out of your mouth.
those are digestible, I think.
That's a power bank.
Nice.
Oh man.
All right. Does Kalanthas know where they might be staying in the church?
I'm trying to
It's been an
remember.
awful lot of time here.
I mean,
Yeah.
Augage would definitely know.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure Kalanthas knew where they were prior to him going into his catatonic like prayer state. So yeah,
Well,
you
he
would
was here
know.
when we brought them here and set them up.
Yeah, you would know that they were in this room over here.
All right. I'm going to draw my sword. Boop, 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 boop. Door, please.
So Kalanthas runs over. I love how like Phantom Saya's just there to see what's going
Yeah, I
on.
want to see. Like, doop, doop, doop.
So Kalanthas has his sword drawn, Augage by his side, and they feel as though Moonpoon and Saya are almost right there with them, but they are not at all. and Kalanthas like beats open the door, beef, and it is empty.
Oh no.
They're gone. Check the other rooms. They may have taken shelter somewhere.
Do we see any clues in here?
Oh, yes.
You
as
do.
to-
So you do notice that the window is open.
Ooh, that's good.
Is there any like marks on the window? Any fur or cloth?
Give
Cloth?
me another perception here.
Perception.
I'm good.
Perhaps a sign of a struggle. 17.
Oh,
Oh,
24. Augage the ever perceptive but despite your beautiful rolls, you do not see anything out of place.
I don't
Hope
think
they were
they were
able to
attacked
make it
yet.
out.
Yeah, you don't see any like claw marks, you don't see any signs of a struggle, you just see a window open with no one inside.
So maybe they heard the commotion and they left. Let's check the other rooms.
So Augage goes across the hall and opens the door and reveals an empty room where Henrik was.
Okay.
And I assume this is the Burgomaster, or not the Burgomaster's, the priest's chambers back here.
That actually just leads out to the area that we talked
Oh.
about before where the bones are.
Are these
Okay.
the only rooms in here then?
Yeah, these are the only rooms.
We need to check the
They
crypt
were-
out back, I think.
Yeah, let's go check the crypt. Or the boneyard.
Yeah, I don't have a
Litchfield.
map for that, but yes.
Oh, so that means there's nothing out there probably. That's metagaming.
But yes, it's safe to say that Augage and Calanthos are searching throughout the tomb area and do not find anything. No signs of Milavage either, his little helper guy.
Interesting. They may have fled.
Was a werewolf.
We must get back to the others. We need to relay this information. One, because our kingmaker is dead. He is actually dead, right? He's just not very badly hurt.
No one's officially confirmed, but I will tell you he is dead.
He let,
What would-
said
what would
he
the
was torn
throat
to
being
pieces
missing?
when I asked, so.
Yeah, he be dead.
He was alive until you spent 30 minutes searching, and then you died.
Yeah. If only you could hear the gurgling pleas for help. So as Calanthos and Augage return back into the church, Moonpoon and Saya show up at the front doors.
I'll put myself back down there like a good girl. There we go. There, I was there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
See, Moonpoon never moved.
And you guys enter the scene as you see Augage and Calanthos coming from the back door, and you too can see Father Lucian's just cut to ribbons at the altar.
I
Saya's
didn't
like,
do it, I promise.
Saya's like, well, that's a
That
pickle.
sucks. Well,
So she
some-
would walk up and just be like, what on earth happened here?
maybe the defector is moving faster than we thought.
There
Maybe
is-
she's taking out what she wants to take out first. The easier targets.
Or maybe someone came here for Ismark and Arena and Father Lucian stood in their way.
Where are they, by the way? Have you found
They're
them?
not here. Their bedroom's empty, but there's no sign of a struggle. So I'm holding out hope that they escaped.
Oh.
Should we check the bushes where we told them to hide?
Yeah, I was-
before?
So
Find any traces of the moving away from this? Like, I don't know, some bit
No,
of
it's
clothing
just
or
like the window's open, but there's no sign that anybody fought in here.
something. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So Saya's gonna look out of the window that their room looks out on. So is there like bushes around that they hid in before?
Yeah, you can kind of see that like the bushes over here, we'll say, is where they were hiding previously.
Right. So Saya's gonna basically jump out the window and see if she can follow their trail from the bottom of the window.
Sure. Give me a survival check from the outside.
I don't think that's great for Saya, but it's not. Oh no, it's pretty bad. But let's go. Not terrible. I mean, it's
15.
had worse rolls.
Yeah, so as Saya's looking around at the area, you can see a distinct like impact print that seems pretty new just outside the window. And a minor trail seems to like kind of dip behind the house, but you quickly lose the tracks.
Okay.
Would I be able to sniff them out in my panther form?
Ooh, that's a good plan.
With your
So-
scent perceptions?
Yeah, I think I have. What is it like? Advantage on scent.
Scent.
related thi- Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like scent related perceptions.
So Saya would call on the druid because she seems like she should be able to track. Not that Saya knows much about druids, but she can be a panther, so that seems like it could track things.
All right. So I think Augage is turning into Luna,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to track their scent. Where we see the trail kind of fizzle off, I want to try to track it from there.
Yeah. go ahead and give me an advantage on a perception roll.
Let's see, I can shift, click, yeah. You've got me at me.
All right, advantage is good. That one turns into a 17. So with a 17 on the scent perception, you similarly kind of like pick up a scent that appears to like, you know, resemble the two of them starting to like come from the back, but you again also lose the scent like very, very quickly.
Okay, so there's no sign of anybody else having been in the area, though it does seem just like people running from this window.
Yeah, you aren't picking up any other scents from this area.
Okay, that's good.
So the only way that could have happened is if something like picked them up and flew them away.
The
It's
crows. We've seen some crows, right? This was a
Crows have to be
coincidence.
connected.
Yeah, we don't know. what
Ravens.
kind of crows.
ravens, by the way.
Ravens.
Ravens,
Yeah,
yeah.
ravens. Crows, ravens. Full moon, moon, everything is the same. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I will just say that it's more as though like, you know, the checks that you are making, it's not like, you know, they were, you know, throwing paint all over the places they were running away. It's kind of like, you know, and Saya didn't roll like a master tracker roll or anything like that. So it's kind of like you can make out a little bit of what happened, but not a lot of what happened. The scent check is pretty similar. Like, you know that it appears as though they came out this window, but you can't really get a great sense of like how far they went. You just know that they don't seem to be here anymore.
Could we
I
walk a
wonder-
little further in that direction and see if we see anything?
You could.
Like in the direction that the scent seemed to be going.
Yeah, it was like heading towards the back of the church.
Okay, yeah, I'd
I
like
want to
go
go
back
a
there
little
too.
further that way. Algage doesn't want to give up that easily.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I can make a survival check as well to see if I can get a natural 20 or something.
Yeah, anyone that wants to, feel free to just let me know where you're checking, what kind of roll you're doing.
I want to check for tracks on the ground.
Okay.
As we're walking from the back of the church to see if I can find these Max or Irina's tracks on the ground. Nope, that's not 20.
Yeah, Moonpoon is also not really able to see anything.
I'll go for a roll. Everyone else is doing. I might luck out.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, also unable to get a sense of where they
Okay.
went.
The church is kind of isolated, right? It's not really close to anything else.
It's not like wildly far from everything else, but it is somewhat isolated.
Okay.
It certainly has thick walls.
Okay, because my thought was, all right, let's see, maybe the neighbors saw something unusual, but
Maybe the neighbors killed them.
probably not. But yeah, maybe the neighbors turned to the wolves and killed them.
So what's behind the church? Besides like the graveyard and crypt and stuff, is there anything else behind it? Like behind that?
Not really. It's like the town border is like up there.
Mm.
They could have. Is there? So the town border, meaning there's like a wall around it, I suppose.
Yeah, there's like a big like wooden like, you know, fence and or wall around the entire town here.
Okay. I want to travel like along the same trajectory, but go towards where the wall would be from here.
Okay. So let me
To see if I see anything. Like maybe they escaped or something.
get you guys the town of Vallaki view of the world here. So the church is, let me grab you all right, and drag you. Yep, church is like right here. So you guys have essentially checked like here,
Mm-hmm.
and you've like lost their scent. So where are you planning to go here?
I guess back towards the wall to see if I want to basically see if I see any signs that they climbed the wall or the fence or whatever it is.
Yeah, sure. Give me a survival check.
One day we'll get it.
And I'll follow Augie's lead and do the same.
Can I do it as a scent perception or no?
I mean, you could attempt it if you wanted to. Count thus, that was your attempt to do a survival.
My
9.
survival's still pretty good, I guess.
It's really not my forte.
Oh,
I don't
did
think
you
we can
roll
find-
one yet?
Not great.
17. Yep, still pretty
We
good
might-
survival. I
we
mean,
might need. Sorry.
no, it's okay. I was gonna say August is probably able with a 17 in this area to see a bit more of the tracks that seem to kind of like head in that direction.
All right, I'm gonna keep following it then.
Then we be prepared, like, to go back in town and ask for them. Because can we find any clues? August, what are you seeing? Are you seeing anything?
I'm seeing some tracks that looks like they went a little further this way to the left.
Okay, let's go then. We don't have a lot of time. Basically, we don't know how much time we have.
So I want to follow that, I guess, as far as I can.
Yeah, so August is kind of like following this faint like view of the tracks, and you kind of like keep losing it and picking it up, but ultimately it takes you all the way down to the road and then stops.
Do you think they tried to leave the town?
Maybe, but it's kind of surprising to me that they would run to the road. Are there any notable buildings around there?
No, it's essentially just like, just random town houses and things like that, but you don't see the tracks progress towards anything. They just literally, it's like you see tracks on the grass, the road happens, and then tracks are gone.
Any
Maybe
kind of
go.
carriage tracks or something? I mean, I guess there might be because there was just like a parade that went through here.
Yeah. I don't think we can just track them tonight. I don't think there's a way to find them.
Maybe we can go to the town and ask questions. Like the bar should be a first place to ask questions about if
I
they
don't
know
know.
anything.
Well, we need to discuss what we did with and what we found out with our friend in the stable.
Oh yeah, what happened with Ernst?
Yeah, so he says that the Lady Vactor is a sorcerer and is very powerful, and she and Strahd are quite friendly. And then something terrible happened and he stopped breathing in and out.
Strange.
It was perplexing.
Okay.
He's dead. He's dead, basically. I don't know what she's talking about, but she kills me, yeah. She medicine.
Maybe.
But this is what happened. Why are we talking like this? I'm confused.
It's called an art form, and you're supposed to like have a certain bit of je ne sais quoi about it, but whatever.
Okay, I'll go with this for the ne sais quoi next time.
So
Okay, what's our plan now? Calientas, you are very quiet. What have you been drinking?
Carl?
Carl?
He's still very quiet. It's
He's
okay.
very he's just
All right.
silent.
I'm
Thinking?
listening to what's going on. Sorry, I've been out for like the last couple seconds. What's up?
It's okay. It's okay. We're just asking about your input on what should we do next about Irina and Ismac and
Well, so the trail has essentially gone cold at this point. We could. We can't see anything. Nobody's seen anything. At this point, we can assume that they've been taken or they've fled, whatever has happened here. So, as much as Cal wants to be like, oh, we need to keep searching, at some point he's gonna be like, it's a lost cause. They're clearly gone. So we need to focus our attention somewhere else. So we can. Did they go to us to the inn, or did we go there alone?
We went there alone. We dropped them off at the
we went
church,
straight
as
to
far
the
as I
church.
remembered.
Yep. As far as you know, they haven't ever left the church aside from now.
Yeah, and they went directly here, and they're not in their dad's crypt.
All the way back in Barovia?
Oh, I thought we brought it here.
No, it was in Barovia. We went from the
Sorry.
boarded up southern house to the northern graveyard.
Right.
I don't think there's a way to find them right now, but I am.
No.
I'm keen to deal with Lady Vactor. I don't want to leave
Yeah.
her kicking about.
if she has something to do with it, I guess we'll find them that way.
Well,
Or-
she is a primary suspect right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to go
She
kick a door
might-
down.
She might have wanted to
We need
take
to
them out.
rest.
Are we all?
regardless.
How are we all? I was going to say, how are we all doing, like spell slot wise and
I
stuff?
definitely need to rest. a little.
I do too.
So should we go back to the
You
inn
gotta
and
go pee-pee.
pretend that all is fine?
Yes.
We're not necessarily in any immediate danger because we don't know when she planned to attack.
I feel like we should move the body through the night
we
to
going?
the graveyard or to the church, since everybody's dead there anyway.
It's a long way to drag a body without being noticed, though. Right?
It's not dragging if you're a half orc.
True.
It's like softly moving into into your hands. I don't know. Like if you guys want to do that, it's okay. But we can leave it as well. Maybe no one will care. Like who was this guy? Regardless, who cares about this guy? I don't think anybody does care about that and him.
Mm-hmm.
And are you guys doing anything with Father Lucian's body?
No, I don't want to touch that shit.
It would
It's a bit too messy for Saya.
it would stand to reason that someone will swing by the church eventually, probably while you're sleeping.
Yeah, but it will be
Yeah, but we
like-
didn't do it. It's clearly a monster attack.
Okay.
Keyline's like, okay, everything's gonna go to hell. It's fine.
So where are you guys heading? Is it sleepy time? Is it Lady Voctor time?
I think it's sleepy time because
vote
I
for
think our
sleepy time.
casters need some sleepy time.
Orchids, what do you think we should do with Father Lucian's body? Should we bury it properly before we go to sleep?
I don't know. I'm kind of torn about that because I feel like it'll make us look really suspicious.
Yeah, if
Something's
somebody
body,
wants
and
that,
especially
then-
if we're not like alerting anybody about it. Like if we were running to the guards. I don't know.
But are there really any guards to go talk to?
I mean, yeah, there's guards in the town, but we don't even know what side they're on.
Like
Well-
I don't
this
think we're
guy.
trusted.
Is there
This
any
guy
sign
said-
of destruction anywhere else nearby, or is it basically just the church?
You did not notice anything on your way to the church.
That's hella suspicious.
Yeah, I think Ismark and Irina were the targets.
Yeah.
Could be Strahd himself. You know? Like
Or it
the
could be Lady
ravens.
Voctor because she's friends with Strahd and maybe she's trying to get in his good books. I don't like this.
We'll get her down. Just get us a bit rest first. And then it's time for pummeling her down.
So then, is it back to the inn is the plan?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
We all need to rest. I have a lot of things I need to get back. Hey, why are you pushing me?
Okay. So then, if the inn is the plan, let me get that scene. And let me put you guys where you normally go. Sorry, I just have to move the tokens to reset it as if you just came upon the area. So let me activate this scene now. And you arrive at the inn as you roll through the town, and you don't see anything of note along your way. But when you open the doors to the Blue Water Inn, you are not met by any customers. You are not met by any barkeeps. The bar is completely empty.
That's suspicious.
What the heck is going on?
We need to look around for them.
A real piece of work, Tex.
You did this to yourself.
How? By killing the burgomaster?
multiple ways. Multiple ways. Probably that's
We
one.
tried to get out of it. Okay, so I mean, August is gonna run and check like the back to see if they're back there.
Yeah, so that was this door, right?
Yeah, so I can spare you some of this and just say that you scan all the areas that you've historically looked or been inside the inn, and everything appears to be empty. You don't even run into Rictavio, who was staying at the inn. In fact, when you were looking in his room specifically, it appears as though nothing of note is even in there. There's no sign of any of his belongings in the room anymore.
Damn it, people know shit's gonna go down.
Are there signs of struggle anywhere as we look through?
You give me a quick. Everyone, just give me a quick perception.
I'm still a panther, so I can do a smell perception.
So,
Inception.
Yeah, you can give me a smell-based perception if you'd like. Oh yeah, that's an adjusted
That's good.
20 on the smell-based perception. So, Moonpoon, as you're looking around, you're not seeing anything, and you feel pretty confident that you've done a good job of looking around. Augage, as the panther, as she's doing a scent, you're picking up a strange scent. It is not what you would have expected in the bar. It almost smells avian in nature.
I'm gonna use my telepathy to talk to Saya and say, it smells like birds have been here.
birds.
Ravens?
Expecting you to say that to the rest of the group.
Yeah, and then she'd be like, Augie says she smells birds, like birds, the flying
That's-
things in the sky.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, but there's been a lot of ravens around.
So maybe some kind of spell.
We have to get to that winery.
In fact, you guys would have noted that the ravens that you did see in the stables when you first left Ernst there are not there.
That's weird.
They're spies.
Probably work with Lady Vector or something.
Strahd.
Yeah,
Should we go
also-
upstairs and rest so that we can go
Yeah.
deal with her?
Yeah, we need to rest regardless. We can't go like that.
I
and
feel
fight
like
her.
we should
Would
stay in
be
the same
suicide.
room if we can and take shifts. I only need to rest for
Worried
4
about
hours.
Edwin and Danica, though.
I
Yeah.
know.
It is Mark and Arena. Oh my goodness. Things
But
are
we
falling
need-
Never
apart.
ending.
We need to be at full strength before we can really do anything
Agree.
about them.
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I can't be a help to anyone without my spells.
Yep.
Okay, so the crew is planning on
Resting.
hopping up to bed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, let me just drag you on up there. So,
I thought we should- some
traditional
rules.
sleeping arrangements, or are you guys changing up where you're sleeping?
Should we
Sleeping
try
all
and be in
together.
the same room
Yeah.
if we can?
Yeah.
That might be better off just
I'm little. I
in
can
case we get
squeeze
ambushed at night.
on the bed.
So Saya basically is just going to trance, so she just meditates on the ground, so she doesn't need a bed. She's fine.
Okay.
Can we have people taking shifts, or are we just gonna chance it and all sleep?
Well, Saya only needs to trance for 4 hours, and then she can be awake for 4 hours. So if you guys are doing shifts for part of her trance, we can kind of cover the whole night, I would think.
Okay. So how long are the shifts, and who wants to do that?
Hours, I guess.
So 2-hour shifts. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Everybody needs we need a long rest, so we need 6 hours of sleep.
Okay.
So Saya can do her 4 hours right away, and then
I
you
could take-
guys can rest.
Yeah, I can hang out for a little bit. I mean, it's not like Cal sleeps a lot when he sleeps anyway.
Yeah.
So
So Cal will take 2 hours, and then do you want to do it, Moonpoon, or do you want August to do it? I don't care.
I mean, I could take the full. I could do the full 4 because I
But then
don't
you won't
really
have
need.
a full rest.
I can. You can still long rest. I don't need to be asleep.
Yeah, you just need to be doing
Not-
low activity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, Cal and Thas will probably just spend it in prayer anyway.
Okay. Well, that's fine with me. You always want to do that.
Yeah.
So Augie and Moonpoon sleeping together.
In separate beds. There's 2 beds.
Strange bedfellows.
It's the hamster and banana.
All right.
Oh,
It always works.
Cal missed our whole scene on in
Oh
the
yeah, this is true.
street. Yeah.
So you're all doing this in the
Legendary
same
times.
room, it sounds like. So Saya would be up
Yeah.
there with you all. Okay.
Yep.
Saya's just watching.
Hmm. Just sitting there watching.
All right. Any preparations before you guys go to bed, or are you just going to sleep?
Is there anything I can do? I mean, I could burn some lay on hands if you need any.
Well,
Like,
no,
is
we're
anyone
going
in
to
need of
sleep
healing?
anyway, so sleep will heal it.
Oh, right. That's. All right. Before I go to sleep, I'm gonna just kind of just pat myself a couple of times and then do that. That's all.
Okay. Moonpoon, any ritual before you go to sleep?
Just an old half-orc spell for good night, like a lullaby to myself. Sleep, little half-orc, sleep time. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Forgets he's not a bard.
Yeah, but it's like,
Hey,
it's not my
non-bards can
song.
still sing.
He
It's not my song.
he did
The
summon
tribespeople
a little Aran at one point, didn't he?
did. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What happened to this guy? Who knows? Who knows where he is?
And August, any bedtime ritual?
I'll get out my journal and I set it next to me.
All right. Do you have any special intentions with this sleep, August?
August would like to try to stretch her skills of exploring other people's dreams because she did it before, not really on purpose, but she wasn't really aware that she could do this. So this would be useful. She would like to try again.
All right. So then the crew is in various states of meditation and or sleep. And everyone kind of closes their eyes. August's eyes close. And we can enter into a dream as I just like hard cut the music. So August's eyes close. And wisps of blue and purple fill the view underneath her eyelids as she attempts to use her abilities and scout for the dreams of others. The wisps of light consume August's vision in a bright flash, and we see a war-torn battlefield in the dead of night under a full moon. There are humans clad in full plate covering the ground, bloodied, pulverized, smashed. Torches being held by orcs are rummaging through the remains, and there is an orc in the distance approaching the village towards a church where there are women and children trembling inside. We see the orc barking orders at the terrified women and children as they rush out of the building in a tight group towards another band of orcs ready with shackles and rope. Sundin! Is that all of them? Aye, that's the lot. Let's go home. The one called Sandin moves towards the group of captured women and children and pauses. One of the human women is glowing faintly, and he approaches her and shouts, "You there, stop!" The woman's eyes meet Sandin's and she smiles. The light around her brightens and brightens until it all but bursts, blinding everyone around them. Sandin is rubbing his eyes furiously and looks back towards the captives. All of them remain stunned by the light, all of them, except the woman. She has completely vanished. Sandin aggressively scans the area for her whereabouts, only to briefly hear a whisper in his ear. "It's all right, dear. Just a flare-up." As the woman rematerializes in place where she once stood, her eyes meet Sandin's and they exchange a smile. The scene starts bursting with the blue and purple light again that we saw as August attempted to get into this scene, the dream, as if they were meteors crashing over the scene, and her vision is once again completely filled with the intensity of her dream magic. We can see August laying back in her bed in the non-dream world, slightly wincing and moving slowly. Again, the blue and purple light flares bright under her eyes, and the wisps begin to sparse, and we can see a heavy-set man sitting at a wooden table, surrounded by human women in sheer clothing, waiting patiently at the sides of the table. He's feverishly eating a fully cooked chicken, bits of gristle dangling from his mouth as he chews open-mouthed like a cow, and he reaches for a chalice and pours it straight down the back of his throat in one large gulp and wipes his face with the sleeve of his shirt.
Ferethi! Ferethi! Where is that blasted woman?
Quickly, from a door behind him, a dark-skinned elf appears with bright crimson hair. She was not dressed in the same sheer cloth as the other women, and she walks with grace to the table, unfazed by this brutish display and foul demeanor. "You called for me," she states matter-of-factly.
You know damn well I did.
And he strikes her hard across the face. She winces, but then returns her gaze back, seemingly unfazed. "Pardon my tone. What do you require?"
I sent your dog friend on an errand, and she hasn't returned. I need my money, and that bitch hasn't brought it.
We both know she won't let you down. I'm sure wherever she is, she's there for a reason.
Well, I need her back now.
And he strikes her again, and the women look on in the room, unfazed by this display as if they've seen it 1,000 times. August looks closer into the scene, and she can see the women also have bruises faintly displayed under their sheer robes. I'll see what I can do. And Ferethi walks off and back through the door she entered. And again, we see the wisps of blue and purple light starting to shoot through the ceiling of the house, consuming the entire scene except for the area where Ferethi is walking through the door. And August is able to hear an echo of Ferethi's voice in her head as she watches her go through the door and close it behind her. "Oh, sire, please hurry. He suspects something." And the wisps fully take over the remaining view, more violent this time. August is losing her grasp on these dream visions, it appears. We see her laying in bed back in the real world again, eyes quivering as she struggles to keep them shut, tossing and turning ever so more. And the wisp beneath her eyelids erupt again, multiplied many times than before, the movement of the wisps getting more chaotic. August forces her ethereal self through the tangling wisps and is able to part a section of them, revealing Calanthos, kneeling amongst a pile of stone rubble. Only something's different. He appears younger. And August moves her gaze quickly across the room, and for a brief moment can see the Calanthos that she knows standing beside this young one, only he's gesturing wildly towards an old man whose eyes are shining bright red as they were made of fire itself. The wisps of light take over the scene in another explosion, leaving August with an echo of Calanthos's voice ringing in her head. "Liar!" The scene is covered in a million streaks of the blue and purple wisps, and August is struggling to remain present in the dream as she can feel the wisp beginning to feel like tiny bee stings across her entire body. In the real world, we can see August's eyelids beginning to have a faint glow of this purple and blue light as she's in bed, continuing to shake. In the dream, the wisps begin flying directly into her face, piercing every pore. Wait, different music's supposed to be playing? Okay. In the dream, the wisps begin flying directly into her face, piercing every pore. The dream is turning into a nightmare, but not her own. There's a quick flash of radiance, and August sees a woman with red hair falling off a balcony. Quickly, the red and blue is taking over her vision, and she sees a boy and a red-haired girl holding each other, shaking and bloodied. Another flash of light, and August sees the burgomaster's mansion with purple beams of light shooting out the top windows. And another flash, Strahd himself stands directly in the center of her view, surrounded by these wisps that are now turning from the purple and blue to a bright crimson. Looking directly into Oggage's eyes, he opens his mouth to display a pair of fangs, blood covering the entirety of his grin. Strahd's eyes widen and he lunges at Oggage, who's finally able to free herself from the dream. The light fades from around her eyes and she lays there in a pool of sweat and wakes up looking at the ceiling, breathless.
And grabs her journal and starts writing it furiously what she just saw. She doesn't want to forget.
Well then.
Wow. Okay.
And I give a props for this storytelling.
Very good. Yep, very, very good.
I don't know if you all picked it up, but there was some notes in there you probably should have all picked up on there.
Oh, yeah.
Individual characters, at least.
Yep.
So yeah, that was Augie's night. How'd everyone else do?
Fine. I think of sheep and food and wine.
So Augage, when you wake up from this dream, what do? You said
I
you
already
furiously
said I start-
scribbled it in
yeah.
there. Do you
That's, that's what she always does if she has a dream. Like the first thing, write it down before she forgets.
do you tell anyone of this?
After I write it down, I think I would. But my first focus would be I've got to remember this. I would especially, I don't know that I would necessarily tell them about their personal stuff that I saw, but I think I would talk about the ending part.
So when Augage wakes up, who is on guard at the moment? We
Well,
can say this
Saya
was
could-
like 4 hours after, or 2 hours you said you were doing in shifts?
Well, Kalanthos said he would take 4 hours and then Saya would take 4 hours.
Yeah.
So Saya's meditating and Kalanthos is staying guard?
Yeah.
All right. So, Kalanthos, yeah, you would have heard and seen Augage kind of like tossing and turning if you looked.
I kind of just look at her, make sure everything's okay, but I really don't do anything to disturb her. So I go back to my meditation, prayer.
So I guess then I would just, I mean, if the night's not over, then I probably would go back to sleep without attempting any more dream explorations.
All right. So
And then I guess in the morning I would tell about the last part of the dream, the last part of the dream, the lady falling out of the window, the kids, and Strahd jumping at me.
yeah, so we can say that you guys spend the night rotating your sleep schedules, and ultimately you are awake, and all of you are awake at this point, fully rested. You were unharmed in the night.
Yay!
Hopefully the
Oh,
rest
with
of the
the-
town is not
Well, that's
as
always
as
good.
what we left.
The whole town is on fire, but you're okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what matters.
Okay, so we had a good night's rest. Are we ready to pay our friend a visit? Or should we invite her here?
I think we should go visit her. I don't think she's the type to leave her house.
I don't think we want her here because she's got lots of followers in town, right?
She probably has her whole army with her though at her place. Let's see what goes on.
Let's go visit her.
Yes,
We'll
I
definitely
agree.
Get to the winery.
And then the winery, yeah.
When are we gonna get to the winery?
Soon
They might be
we
connected though. The Ravens.
Who
I don't
knows?
know.
Well, her first, then the winery.
Plot twist: if we had just done the winery to begin with, none of this would have happened.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't
Oh,
even.
don't joke about that. That would hurt me so
Don't
much in my
even.
soul.
You come back from the winery and just the town is flourishing. You see like literal apple trees
Strahd is
growing
dead.
suddenly, and there's birds chirping, and
It was the wine all along. That
And then you
Yeah.
get a note
away.
back to say that Strahd died in his sleep
Yeah.
terribly.
Yep.
It was awful.
He died from lack of wine.
yeah.
It's an
So
unfortunate gardening accident.
So Augage wakes up and everyone is awake, and you've informed them all of this dream where you saw these like flashes of intense moments during the nightmare portion.
Yes, I don't know that I would necessarily go into the personal parts yet. It's not something I would talk about in front of everybody. Like, it's something I would talk about them one-on-one with.
Okay. So yeah, just a quick casual reminder, those quick flashes at the end where she saw a woman with red hair falling off a castle balcony. She saw a boy and a red-haired girl holding each other, shaking and bloodied. And she saw the burgomaster's mansion with purple beams of light shooting out of the top windows.
Like the attic windows or like the top floor windows?
The attic windows.
Oh
Wait, we never went up.
We never went up there. We had a peek up there, but we never went up there.
Yep.
And red
Attic.
hair doesn't Arena have red hair?
I thought she had dark hair.
Arena does have red hair.
Red hair, because that's the dolls have red hair.
Oh, for some reason I thought that. Yeah, I don't know why I was remembering dark hair. Oh, that's probably Arena and Ismark then.
Yeah. And then a red-headed woman falling off a balcony.
Maybe
so
their mother.
maybe, and that's maybe is that why Strahd's obsessed? Ew.
Ew.
No, because
Oh.
they had. Well, I guess their dad may not have been that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
What do you
but-
know?
I can't say it. This is just my years of playing D&D. I know what the deal is. I got it.
I would love to see a DM with your thoughts there, Carl, after the game.
Yep.
I won't tell you if you're right or not, but I will love to hear it.
I know. I'm gonna send you a message. What I think it is.
All right.
No. What are you doing?
So
I feel like we should deal with Lady Bacter first, no matter what, because she needs to be
Yes.
dealt with.
Should we go there inconspicuously, like hiding, or should we go there without any care? Should we throw and see what kind of army she has with her before we go in?
Well, we
Like a
could just
scout.
go knock on the door and say
Okay.
her spy has disappeared, and we don't know where he went after we went to sleep,
That sounds like a valid choice.
and we
Okay,
were
let's go
worried
with
something had happened, so we came to see that everything was okay.
Yeah, we can. I think that's unless the ravens are talking to her, we may get away with that.
She
Yeah.
might already know. We need to get ready for the fact that she might already know that we killed him.
We're ready for that, but it might be a way at least into the place.
At least to get some kind of jump on her, I guess.
Yeah, to just be like, your man disappeared in the night when we got up in the morning. We were worried he was here, kind of thing. That
Also,
something
maybe
was going down.
I don't know if we should tell her that Burgomaster is dead.
We'll play it by ear.
Yeah, sounds like a bad choice. Let's do it that way.
all right.
Yes, so smart.
The Vector.
So you guys are planning on heading over to Lady Voctor's place?
Yeah.
Okay. So as the crew assembles themselves and makes their way downstairs, you will again note that the inn is completely empty as you go downstairs.
It's very bizarre. But I'm just like, where's my continental breakfast, bitch?
So then to Lady Voctor's house.
Yeah.
It's murdering time.
Let
I've
me...
had one murder today. I would like two.
Yes, we've had first murder, but what about second
What
murder?
about second?
Yeah, what about second murders?
So
Manslaughter? Double kill? Triple kill?
Ooh, a triple kill.
UAV
Every
activated?
Assassin's Creed.
Assassination?
So you should all be on the Lady Voctor scene now.
Yep.
All
I
right.
still find it funny that I didn't take assassin as a thing because I was just like, oh, Phantom, please.
So you are at Lady Voctor's house. What will you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna check the door and see if it's a mimic again, just in case.
So as you approach the door, you don't even have an opportunity. The door opens and you see a person standing there in front of you who introduces themselves. Ah, yes. I am David. And we've been expecting you. Come in. And
Oh, Saya's not sure she likes that.
Now I want to note that I'm no longer a panther form. I'm backing off.
I figured.
yes, good to know.
So Saya turns back and is like, they've been expecting us. Like, hashtag not like that.
So David takes a step back and gestures to the door on your left. This one over here, which was where Lady Voctor was.
Okay, can you all follow me and not make the squishy rogue be first, please?
I'm kind of squishy too.
Yeah, like, let's put Moonpoon and Calanthas up first.
Oh, okay.
You're not squishy, Moonpoon.
He's kind of squishy.
He's not squishy, he's a
He's
half
strong, but he doesn't have good armor, is what I mean.
True.
All right. Who's opening the door?
Me?
Yes, you. That's a great plan.
I
I'm
will
gonna
go.
step back.
So Calanthas opens the door and steps into the room, I assume.
Yes.
I don't like the way you're saying that.
No, I don't like the way you
Oh.
say it either.
And-
Oh no!
And as the party turns the corner, you can see with their backs to you, a man on the left, Lady Voctor in the middle, a man on the right, and a very familiar face
Get back here!
Strahd?
addressing them. And Strahd looks at all of you.
Oh shit.
Why
And-
did we do this? We should have gone to the winery.
He just looks at all of you and grins and says, "It appears as though our guests have arrived. And we will see you next week on the Curse of Strahd."
When we all die.
I divine sense every door before we walk in, and the one time I didn't.
Yep. It wouldn't matter. Take comfort, it wouldn't matter. We would still go in.
Oh,
regardless.
no.
And we wouldn't have known it was Strahd though, because
Yeah.
you don't get the specific person. You just get like whether. or
And
not they're-
also,
Yeah,
we
and
would
I'd be
have
like,
gone
oh,
in
there's a
regardless.
demon and an undead in there, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
be on our guard.
I mean, it doesn't change anything.
Oh, I don't
Well, at least
like
Ernst isn't there too.
Yep. One less
Yeah.
to worry about.
One down.
Got still more to go.
Oh, Keelan, you're a
Ah,
bastard, but I love you.
That was an
I'm
awesome
as a bastard
cliffhanger.
man.
I will say that went about 75% the way I was expecting it to. So I think,
Well, that's good.
I think we're good. As far as the odds go, that went. I prepared as well as I could for, I think, of what you guys threw at me there. But
Oh
I
man.
mean, the chat setting, dude, so good, so well made, way better than anything else we have played with. Like
Yeah.
the lighting, and it was so well made. Good job.
yeah, I could definitely have put more details in there, but the little like shimmering lights aspect to things and like the darkened hallway and stuff, I wanted to make it feel a little more interesting. And then the bloody splat, that took a lot of random module searching to find a blood splat mod that would work. But yeah, the crew has apparently walked into some shit. So I guess
Oh man. Right, I'll make sure my new character's ready for
TKO
next week,
next
just in
week.
case.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what's going on. But at least on a positive note, it doesn't seem like anyone just straight up stabbed you when you walked in. So Strahd seems like he's
No,
a chatty guy.
Strahd wants to play around with us, I'm sure, but we're still in danger.
I guess we will find out. Tune in next week for episode 21 of The Curse of Strahd. I love you guys as always. Deb, Panos, Cal, Carl, I love you guys. We will all see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Bye guys.